Okay, I'm going to dry this one more time without the tears. Okay, so for whoever will watch later or hop on here, this is the 10th and hopefully last page that I will need to put any color to for La Première Tome. I got pretty emotional and went offline because I wasn't prepared to be online, and then I had to get off, clear my head, and come back to this in a centered manner because I was not about to cry on this page of all pages in my book. So I got that out of my system because this page, and I think just this whole project in general, has been a pretty emotional thing. And yeah, I'm over it. So now I'm just going to finish this, and I didn't want to just finish it and move on. This is like, yeah, it didn't feel right. Hi, Quentin, just keep swimming. I know, right? Yeah, I had to go offline and have a little bit of a meltdown, but I'm back. I was gonna stay offline and just finish it and go and finish the whatever and go about my day. And then I thought of him, like, it would make no sense to, I've been coming on pretty much every single day. I don't think I've missed a day since I started this project. And it didn't seem right to finish the last page not being online. And so I had to come back on. I'm like, so I got up, I went, cleaned my face, used the restroom, took a human break, and now I'm back to finish this for posterity reasons or whatever. So I am here. Okay? I'm here. What do I want next? What do I want to do next? I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it again. I don't even care if I'm repeating myself, because I thought I couldn't like a piece or love one of my pieces more than the singular art piece that goes with this particular haiku. And then yesterday morning, as I'm watching Rich Parada sketch, I'm conceiving all of my last pages, and I get to this one, and I don't know where this came from. All I know is that I love it. I love this page. I love the three women in this page. I love everything about it. I can't wait to get to the point where I'm going through the process of creating these in the manuscript and putting the words, the text of the haikus on the page with it and stuff, because everything, some of the pages that I've done like this that convey the haiku, I think I did a pretty good job of coming up with an image or coming up with a scene to convey what the haiku says. I think I did a pretty good job with all of them, but I think this is probably one of my favorites. For this particular haiku and for what this particular haiku is saying, and I'm actually gonna just leave it out, because if you want to know what any of that is, then you'll just want to get volume 1 when it comes out, because I never would have thought, never in a million years would I have really thought that a haiku of all things, these 3 little lines, would take me down this huge rabbit hole of creation and trying to figure out ways to convey it illustrated. And it's ironic because the word underestimate is in this haiku, this particular haiku of this particular page. And I guess in a way, the haiku itself, I underestimated them. I underestimated how powerful 3 simple lines can be to convey a message or to convey a concept or to convey an idea. And then when you take that and you tack on a visual representation in art form, oh, holy crap. Was so not expecting the journey that I was just on, that I'm still on. I mean, I feel like it's cool. Like one of the reasons why I started to cry and got all teary-eyed is because not only am I coming to the end of this journey and this end of this process, and I'm fucking super relieved about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm super relieved to be getting to the finish line because I'm kind of over it. But I'm also super excited at the same time. It's almost like sex. It's like these two completely crazy passions and emotions all in the same place and space and time right now going on in my head and my heart. And that's kind of where I'm at. So it's kind of cool. I don't know why I equate it with sex. Maybe it's just where my head is at right now. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I do still have to go back through. Oh no, I did that one already. I thought for a second I was going to have to go back and do the black on the other piece I painted, but I just remembered I did it. So I will have to with this one. So this piece is, I have a Twitch watcher. Hi there. I don't know how to say that name. If there's a way to say that name, 3 lines, past, present, and future. You know, I didn't, Quentin, I never even thought of the haiku that way. I always just kind of, I mean, if that's the intention of how a haiku is supposed to be set up, I didn't know that. But anyway, this particular haiku, I'll just go ahead and say it. I think I almost kind of know it by heart. So the first part of the haiku is, sweet girl I am, yes. Don't underestimate me, or something like that. And then she says, cut a bitch, I will. And it's basically a haiku that's saying, you know, yeah, I'm a sweet girl, 100%. And I think all women, all men, I think all humans have the capacity of being truly sweet-natured. But just like any other animal, because humans are animals, you corner us or you come after us, we will defend ourselves. Most of us will defend ourselves, and we will take that to a whole different level. And I am definitely that girl. I am 100%. Sometimes I don't even have any rationality to my reaction. I'm trying. I'm working on becoming a more rational woman. Actually, what's ironic, I'm super fucking rational about everything in my life, whether it's my work, my job, my art, almost everything. The only place I get super irrational is relationships. I am out of my fucking mind. I go and it's because I'm never in love. I never feel love. I never feel any of that shit. And so when I do, I'm a hot fucking mess. I'm not even going to lie. In a lot of ways, I would rather not feel anything at all, which is actually in one of my other haikus. It talks about not caring or not having emotions. My first love of my life was Spock. When I was a little girl, and I found Star Trek, and I think I don't remember who was watching it. Maybe my stepdad or my uncle, someone. Whoever it was, some older person was watching it, or they'd put it on. And man, oh my God, did I love Spock. I was so in love with Spock. He was the first irrational attraction, crazy love, insanity I ever felt for a man was for Leonard Nimoy as Spock. And it has everything to do with Spock's character's logical side. The fact that he was a non-emotional person or creature, alien, whatever. Because as a little girl, my real world was way too fucking painful. It was way too fucking painful. I didn't want any part of my real world. And Star Trek and Spock particularly took me to a place that was safe because I didn't have to have emotions there. It was one of the first lessons I got in how to turn emotions off to survive my childhood. Leonard Nimoy, God rest his soul. God, he's my favorite person. What we have in here. This is a single page, 3-panel story page for a haiku for a poetry graphic illustrated poetry book that I'm working on. Volume 1 it's called Le Premier Tome, which is French for the first volume. And this is the 10th and final page. I've got all the other pages done. There's actually technically 20 pages of art in this book. 10 of them are single painting pages of art that represent each haiku. And then I took those same 10 haikus and did story pages. So yeah. So non-emotional, non-feeling, safe, logical thinking, like Spock, had everything to do with why I was able to turn off the pain of my childhood in so many ways, and I was able to survive it. And so for me, growing up, that's there you go. Let's tap into some Midori. And then I get into my teen years and my grown-up adult years, and I find, of course, other things and other ways to cope and manage with that stuff. And then, but Spock, he's still there, man. Leonard Nimoy, still in my head sometimes. I can still hear Spock talking to me sometimes. And that's where, like, I don't ever really want, honestly, so the truth of the matter is I don't ever really want to go back to a place where I shut down emotionally to a point where I don't have any feeling, or I put myself in that position of not caring because caring means I'm going to get hurt. I don't ever want to go there again. I would much rather feel today. I'd much rather, even if the feelings make me cry and have to go off my live broadcast like I did earlier, like when I had to go offline. I would rather do that. I would rather have my emotions take me over to do that than to do what I used to do, which was check out, cope, and not, that I don't want to ever have to go. I don't want to have to do that again. So this is better. This is better. I definitely would much rather feel today than what I used to do, and check out, not let myself have feelings. And ironically, Leonard Nimoy as a person, as a man in his world, not Spock. Oh, he was a very loving man. Extremely loving, giving. He was an incredibly talented photographer. Actually, I put this on my dream. I have like a little idea dream book that's for future art projects. And one of my art projects is to do a photography book or a photography art something as a tribute, solely as a tribute to Leonard, because Leonard was a photographer and he did a lot of different kinds of photography, but one of my favorite exhibitions of his was about overweight women, heavy women, the whole entire thing. He was also a photojournalist. Ooh, yeah. And I can't remember the name, and maybe you guys can go look it up, but he did an photography exhibition of really heavy women to emphasize the beauty of heavy women. And I can't remember the name of it. I do have it saved in my Google because when I can afford it, I totally want to get a print or something or something from that. And I actually already have an idea of which photo of the women I would want. I think they're all naked. I know they're all naked and they're all kind of like laying on top of each other kind of thing. But yeah, Leonard was he was just an amazing person. Blow away. Okay, so this is done. This has all the color I'm going to put to it. And I usually wait a little bit before I do what I'm going to do next, but I've only been on for 14 minutes and I don't feel like going anywhere yet. I recovered and I'm not going to cry, so you guys can just sit there and watch me do this. So these are not really intended to be anything fancy or super fancy because I'm mostly going to just go online with the photo or the scan of these and turn these into a digital image for the graphic illustration. So what I've learned over the course of doing these pages is that the contrast or the lines between the colors are important to be strong and not broken, because when I get onto the computer, I don't need them to get separated out. And they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be some fancy lines, black thing. Just enough to clean it up. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just taking a marker and I'm going back in and I'm adding black lines and separating out my colors. And what I have found with doing this is sometimes I like what it does. I don't know. I just like what it does. If I were doing if I were doing a painting, chances are I would probably need to do the same thing you see me doing, but I would be doing it with black paint. That's pretty much the only difference, really. In the singular image representation for this haiku, instead of a pair of scissors to depict the cut a bitch line, I use a knife. So I know that was one of the things I did differently when I came to this page to do this page. I was like, I want something that'll still convey the whole cutting someone thing, but a different use. So in the other haiku, we'll cut you with a knife. In this haiku, we're going to, take a pair of scissors to you. So basically, fellas, don't piss the chick off, man. Women are really, honestly, not that hard to keep happy. If you don't know how to keep a woman happy, you haven't learned the 3 lessons. And if you don't know what the 3 lessons are, you can ask me offline, because I'd rather not get banned on Facebook today for something I say. So, because if I were to say what the 3 F's are, or it's not 3 F's, but there's only 3 things a man needs to keep a woman happy. And if he hasn't figured them out, I'm sorry, fella. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. I can say, because this won't get me banned, one of the 3 things to keep a woman happy is food. So there you go. And attention. Food and attention are 2 of the 3. And if you can't figure out the 3rd, then yeah, that's the one that would probably, get me. Well, I don't know. Saying the word fuck probably wouldn't get me banned on Facebook, but in the context of what I was going to say and how someone would keep a woman happy, then yeah, maybe. But you get the idea. If you're still listening to me, you get the idea. Hopefully you get the idea. Because if you don't get the idea, I can't help you. National Geographic article about obese in the opening page. Dark background, zoomed naked obese arches back. Yeah. It's a good point. I have no judgment, and I'm not going to get on anybody's case about whether or not they choose to celebrate being overweight or not. If that's, yeah. I do know that there are healthier ways to choose to live. I actually was heavy at one time. My heaviest was 380 pounds. And I have no shame in admitting that at all. And I hope and pray that I never gain that weight back. Ever. The most important thing I could say to anyone about any of that is to make sure you do what you need to do to choose life today, whatever that is, whether it's your job, your creative art, your sex life, your relationship stuff, your job, your whatever it is, as long as it gives you the kind of joy and the kind of hope and the kind of satisfaction with your life that you'll keep waking up and choosing life instead of choosing to check out, I'm all for it. I will fucking high five you and say, good job. Because I mentor and I try to be of service to anyone out there with suicidal ideations, because I used to suffer from those bad. And so I am of the variety of people that will celebrate people to be whatever the fuck they want to be, if it means they don't choose to off themselves today. So there. That's my little soapbox rant on that. Just don't. Whatever you got to tell yourself to make sure you don't want to die today. I'm happy with that. I'm good with that. You do you. You do you, boo. It's one of my quotes. And I know, I mean, I'm not the only person out there that says it. But 100%, you do you, boo. That is what I'm going to say. I can give someone my advice. I can give someone my opinion. I can even give someone guidance if they want, depending on the subject. But to dictate anything to someone about how they should live or how they shouldn't live, nah, I got no fucking interest in that. Because nobody is going to get to come into my sandbox and tell me how to live. Nope, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening. So who would I think I am to try to go out there and do that to someone else? That would not work. 380, not 308, Quentin. I know, right? Not 308, 380. Put the 8 in the middle. That was how heavy I was. That was my heaviest. Yeah. And I basically am like a whole person less than that right now. Yeah. Big difference. Big difference now. Okay. So yeah. So I know, like, this is so not what I've seen other people do. I'm sure it's probably, I don't know, someone out there. I would imagine someone out there puts black on their pages, maybe with a marker. I don't know. And if they don't, oh well. I am, because it's working for me. I can tell you that. If I were, I don't know, maybe if I cared, if this particular thing itself, like this page, was going to be a piece of art, maybe I'd give 2 fucks. But for the most part, these are probably just going to go in my little book as, you know, yay, look at what I did. But as long as I get the visual that I want, and then I capture it in the photograph, I'm happy. I'll be happy. Or the scan, actually. As I said, I will scan these, because I do kind of like, I did put my scanner on the 600, whatever that's called, DPI, whatever, and scanned them when I did the other ones, and I did like them better than the photos. The photos are nice, but the scan gets in there and captures some of the real separation of detail, and in a way that the photograph did not. So yeah. So that's what I'll be doing. I like how I've got this whole splatter of blood on her lips down here. I love her. You know, because she's pissed. She pissed, man. She pissed. She about to cut someone. Don't underestimate her. Never underestimate a woman. Oh, in my experience, most men who can't understand women or complain about women are guys who probably should just be fucking gay. Leave women alone. I'm probably not going to make any friends with some of this shit I'm saying today. and I don't care. I think one of the reasons why I'm excited that this is over is because I can finally get back to some of my stand-up comedy projects and maybe finish that book I've got written and get that manuscript going, because, man, I am always, always, always more emotionally stable and sound when I'm doing my stand-up comedy. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. When I'm making a complete farce, mockery, or whatever you want to call it, of the dating or the human relationships between men and women, I have so much fucking fun making fun of that shit. I always know that I've written a really good joke when someone is so offended, so upset, that they unfriend me over it. That's when I know. That's when I know. That's a pretty damn good joke. All right. Okay, you guys. You guys, I think I'm done. I can't see anywhere else that I want to strengthen with black. And I do think that one of the things I'm going to do when I get on the computer is I'm going to teach myself how to, I know how to fill bucket color pretty good. But it still amazes me how much better I prefer the image after I do what I do, as opposed to digital coloring. Like, I've tried some of that, but I think it's just because I don't know how to do a lot of the little techniques, that some of the stuff I can gain and the effects I can gain doing it my way. I'm sure they're totally doable on the computer. I have no doubt. And maybe I'll feel differently about digital illustrate or digital coloring once I know how. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I do know that my hands and my brain like what they're doing right now. Like this, what you see me doing this very minute, even though I'm just literally taking a black marker to paper. This gives me so much joy in my creative, artistic brain, that kinesthetic part of me that has to be hands-on. I don't get this feeling. I don't get this on a computer. I just don't. There's a disconnect. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I use my computer for work and my brain doesn't know how to turn that part off and then come here. I just have never been one of those people that looks at a computer as a device for art, but I know that it can be 100%. And I am willing. That's really the best thing I can say about it. I'm willing to learn. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find the gurus who are willing to teach, because this is what I do. When I finally get willing and I finally get humble enough to learn how to do something, I will find the gurus who are willing to teach, and then I will soak up everything they've got to tell me. I will soak up all of their gifts, and yeah, I don't have the kind of ego that will keep me from begging someone to help me. If I really, really want to know how to do something and I don't know how to do it, but I really want to know how, I will hunt it down. I'm not going to hurt them. I'll try not to hurt those people, but I will hunt them down and I'll be like, you will be my teacher, okay? I'm going to make you my teacher. I have mentors and teachers of people that they don't even know. They don't even know that I exist. Like dear Douglas Kearney, he's 100% one of my genius gurus about spoken word poetry performance. And I think of him when I'm reading one of my poems. If I'm actually reading it out loud and I'm doing any kind of spoken word now, I think of Douglas. I think I'm probably going to use up all of the ink in this black marker to blacken this page. Hi, Punker Princess. Hello, Lisa. I didn't get to listen to Lisa's show yesterday, but I still put on music and I watched a friend sketch online and I still did my work. It wasn't as fun. I'm just saying, Lisa. Wasn't as fun, but it was all right. I'm sure these little haiku books will make great kindling for someone when they go camping. You know, I'm sure someone will use these to make some kind of fire one day. So all my hard work will not be for naught. Haha. Kidding. Even if it just means having a finished product. Cheers for Dory. Look at that, Quentin. You were here. The last bit of ink is on the last page of this book. I am done. So, oh my God. They're all strewn all over my bed. If I can reach them, fuck. I got a big bed. So this is the one you just watched me do. So whoever's still there. These are the other 3 I painted this morning. This is another haiku. This was another one I did today. And this one. Those are the 4 I did this weekend. I did 4 this weekend. Oh, because like I said, part of it was motivation and being inspired by other things for like legit. And then some of it was just being done. Like, I just want this fucking done. And so I got busy. I got seriously busy. This is another page. 8, what is that? 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I'm just flipping them out here. These are the finished pieces. Haha. They don't have any of the haiku text on them yet. And these are just the story pages. In these same plastic sheets for each one is the single art images, similar to this girl. So this one I did today, this last piece you watched me do, was the name of the haiku is Sweet Girl. And this is the singular art page for that particular haiku. Similar kind of thing, but of sweet girl who will cut you. And the art page, this panel story page is this what you saw me do today. So same haiku, the Fantastic Four. Oh, that's so rad. Exactly. Yeah. So these 2 depict the same haiku. And they're similar. Like, it's probably one of the few pieces where this is similar in concept. Some of the other ones, the haiku story page like this is very different than the single image. But that's just what happened when I was conceiving the art. Conceiving the art when I have the paper in front of me is very much like getting actually pregnant, like conceived. I conceived it. So actually, it's more like giving birth. This is like it. This was like, yeah. I'm so glad it's done. And I can see a few of these are going to end up being canvas paintings. I actually started one yesterday. I started a canvas painting yesterday that is, it's a canvas painting of, it's from one of these panels. I liked what I did in the panel so much that I am going to finish that painting. So that is it. I am done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and keeping me company. And thank you for the support and the cheers. Have a great day.